Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, Karibu, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always making time to come and be with me. Guys, I cannot believe I'm doing this video like just 2 days after my last video of me quitting my job. I'm still in disbelief. I'm still dumbfounded. I still think it's a dream, like it's not true. I still think I'm dreaming and I'm just gonna wake up from this dream, and face reality, which is I quit my job. So if you've not watched my previous video of how I had to quit my job, please go and watch it because then that will make sense. This video will make sense after you watch that one. Please, please, please. So 2 days ago, I quit my job. So of course after that I was in not so good state. So I just decided to take up like just that day to lazy around. I remember I went to the store. I went to the mall. I just went to treat myself, had my nails done, had my yeah, I think I had a pedi, and then I bought myself, my skincare products, like just something to, make me feel good. Shopping is my therapy. Like I feel so good every time I'm stressed out. Every time I feel like, even every time my husband annoys me, yeah, our bank account suffers. Our bank account suffers because I just find myself wanting to buy, myself something to make me feel good, you know. Yeah, so I took that time. I did that, and the second day after quitting my job, so I quit my job like I think it was on a Friday. I can't remember the days completely like correctly, but I think it was on a Friday. Yeah, it was on a Friday, and then Saturday I took time to just go to the mall. I spent that whole day with Mikey. My husband was working, and Sunday in the morning, I just woke up, and I'd also planned to just have it a lazy day. Like I was not even editing videos. Most of my free time, I just sit and edit my videos. But this one, I was like, you know what? I even went on Netflix and I started watching movies. I found a series that I started watching. Like, I just say, let me just lazy on the couch before I can figure out my next move if I, want to apply for another job and stuff like that. So that Sunday was lazy. Had also gone to work, and I remember just being on the bed and I see this text message, and it says, let me just read it. So the reason why I quit my job is because of the schedule issues. Like I was having schedule issues, and I felt like it was not working schedule wise. So I get this text from my team lead or my supervisor, and he says, "Hey Marion, if we can change your schedule, will you stay?" I discussed it with Dalada, and he's willing to change your schedule to something that works for you. So I discussed it with Dalada, that's a higher person, and he's willing to change your schedule to something that works for you. I saw that message. I put my phone away fast because I was not believing my eyes. Guys, like I said, I'm still dumbfounded. And so I put the phone away and I thought about it for a minute. Not if I'm gonna stay, but they actually took time to text me, to write me back and tell me, hey, we're willing to work with you. If we do this, are you willing to stay? That I have not digested until now. So anyway, after processing and coming to terms, I think it took me like 30 minutes. I said yes. If my schedule can be adjusted, I'm more than willing to stay because I've not gotten any other job, and in any case, the main reason I was leaving is because of the schedule. And he says, "Awesome. Let me let the higher up know." So you need Sundays off, right? So he was asking which day I need off. And yeah, I was like, ideally, the ideal situation would be to have Saturday, Sunday off, but I know that's like kind of tricky right now because of the kind of job that we're doing. But yes, at least Sunday off would be a good place to start. And you're like, okay. And I told him like the time 8 to 5 is perfect because it allows me to drop our baby to daycare or school because he's almost at his school, and then it also allows me to pick him in time before school closes at 5:30 or daycare closes at 5:30. And he said, okay, yeah. So I let him, go, and I was just left pondering. Like, I seriously still feel sometimes like even that day I felt like they were just like pranking me, or someone took his phone and is trying to like play with my emotions. Like, I don't know what you call that, but like I doubted that they would actually want to, just like reach out and, in that capacity to where, they're willing to work with me. I was like, I didn't think I mattered that much. Like, to be honest, I didn't think I mattered that much. So that was Sunday. So like later on in the afternoon, so I texted him because I was ideally supposed to be off Monday, Tuesday. So the next day is a Monday, right? So and he contacted me on Sunday. So I texted him and I'm like, so do I go ahead and come in tomorrow? Because it was supposed to be my off day, and it's like, no, just come in tomorrow, so that we can, discuss everything. I was like, okay. So yeah, the next day I go, and that walk, it's like a walk of shame, like everybody knew that you've quit, and then here they see you again, because on Friday I actually went and gave in my badge. So if you watch the previous video, you'll know. So I went and gave in my badge. So I'm sure somehow people could suspect. So I had that kind of thing like, now how are they looking at me, I'm now back, but what I did, I was like, I'm gonna dress so well, with my heels and the best of the dress that I have, so that outside I look good. Even though inside I'm feeling so, I can't even explain what I was feeling inside. So I was like, let me cover Mikey. So I was like, let me cover what I'm feeling like, inside with something good outside. So I picked the best dress that was on a Monday and the best heels that I have. And I walked into that office. Like inside, I'm feeling funny, but I'm trying to work with all the confidence in the world. So anyway, I walk into the office and my team lead sits like directly, facing the door, and he's like, "Yay!" and he's like, "Yay!" and I'm looking like, okay, I have to smile back because he's smiling. Yeah, and so I went to him, and he's like, "Here's your badge." And we'd not done any system, update, or any system, we'd not touched anything, so everything of yours is still intact. I was like, okay, so I just go and sit down. He's like, yeah, just go and sit. When the other, management team is in, then they'll call you in for a meeting. I was like, okay. So all this time, I was still nervous. I was like, I didn't know how that meeting is gonna go. In as much as like he had texted me and told me what they're willing to do, I was still scared. Like, tell me why the human mind is like that. Like, tell me why I was still scared. And at this point, I'm still thinking like that. Like, he's pranking me. Like, I was like, what if they change their mind? Like, what if they just say, so you'd already decided to leave? No, we've changed our mind. Like yeah, I had that. So anyway, I get in my computer, and I start, all the work that I'd left pending was still there waiting for me. In fact, I looked at that computer and I was like, if it was able to speak, it would be like, you thought you thought you'll not find us here. All the work that I left when I left was still there waiting for me. Nobody had even touched it. So anyway, I was like, okay, since I think I went in 30 minutes earlier. So I was like, let me just, clear up this pending work. So I did that. And eventually all the management was there. And of course they called me and, went to the office and we were, they asked me to sit down. So as they called me in the office, I walk into the office and they're like, you're not in trouble. And I was like, okay, so that made me a bit, easy. So of course I sit and the operations manager for that department, starts off the meeting and he's like, I was just told that you left and I just wondered like Marin is just gonna leave us like that. And he was like, we don't train you so that we can lose you. And he was like, because we'd just finished training, not like, I think that was when I was quitting. It was actually my first week after training. Yeah, so he was like, I hear you're having issues with your schedule. And, I said, yeah. And, I went ahead to explain my situation, the baby thing. I have no family here to watch my child. My husband is working and our schedules are clashing and our schedules are clashing. And, it's just becoming a bit hard to manage with the schedule that they'd given me. And okay, so he was like, okay. He went ahead to ask me about like, this was so surprising, guys. You know, so he went ahead to ask me, so what are your ambitions? Like, what are your goals? I see you look very professional. What have you done before? And I go ahead to give him my career history. And he's like, yeah, that sounds very interesting. And since you're here in the head office, there's so much room and so much there's so much room for you to grow, and you have the potential to grow. You are one of the employees that were doing so well even after training. So we didn't just want to let you go. If it's something we can work together to see how we can have you or retain you. So in as much as maybe he was just saying that just to make me feel good, it still made me feel good, because like it's important when where you work, they value the work that you do and they make you feel good. Yeah, so it actually made me feel important. I did not think I was important in that company, but it actually made me feel important. Yeah, so anyway, he went ahead to suggest the schedule that they're gonna have for me. And they were like, we cannot give you fully weekend off because then you understand the kind of work that we're doing. Weekend is when we are really busy, but we're willing to give you Sunday off. And then from there we can work towards you building that. We can start off as you working maybe one Saturday in a month, and then from there, like, if you really really make it, show us. If you really really like show us, like we're working together, then we can even get to where you can work from home, but you have to earn that. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So when he dropped that, I was like, okay, I mean, I completely understand, that it's impossible to get Saturday and Sunday off. But can I make a request that if but can I make a request? Since you're suggesting to give me an off for Sunday, can I have my days off consecutively? So take Sunday and Monday off. And yeah, he was like, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. And yeah, I left that room with some feeling good. And I was really happy, and that actually just settled my doubts, feeling like they're probably pranking me, or they're like probably like just trying to toy around with that. Like, I don't know why I would think that. Don't even ask me why I would think of the worst. I'm an overthinker, guys. Like, for me, I'm always thinking, let me think of the worst possible situation, so that when the worst possible situation happens, I've already thought about it and it's not a surprise. And when it's a good situation that happens, then it ends up being a good surprise. Get what I mean? So I'm always thinking the extreme of the bad. I'm always thinking of the extreme of the bad. Yeah, so we left it off at that. And I was like, well, Sunday, Monday it is. Sunday, Monday it is. So Sunday, I spend the time with my family, make sure we spend time with Mikey, take him out, we go enjoy. And then Monday, he goes to daycare or school, and I'm left home and I do my editing. Yeah, so now I just focus on just enjoying life and just living life a day at a time. Yeah, but to be honest, God has just been very faithful and graceful, and he has favored me. Wow. Hmm. I I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to update you guys on that, and I'll just end this video right here. And as always, remember to be kind to one another, love one another, and treasure every minute you spend with one another, because tomorrow is not promised. Ciao, guys.